Hi guys, Matt here, and today I'm at Boundary Waters Park taking a look at a new disc from a new company, the Launch Disc Golf Cipher. Now this is a fairway driver. I haven't had the chance to throw it hardly at all yet, but I'm excited to throw it today. They're a company out of the UK, and this is their first driver entry. They also have a mid-range and a putter, and it feels great. The plastic feels a lot like MVP Neutron plastic that they would use for a streamline, and it has a nice scooped out rim, as you can see there, very similar to something like a Stag or an Eagle. A little bit of a pop top. It should be pretty glidey, and this hole is a little over 400 feet downhill, and I'll be throwing it on some various holes, various lines today, so we can get a good idea of what it can do. Let's get started. Right on line, it's stuck in that tree. Alright, so having played a full round with the Cipher, I'd say I really enjoyed it. It's a great fairway driver. It's got a little bit of glide. If you put some power on it, it'll turn a little bit, and a nice late fade. So I think the numbers are pretty much spot on, the 8.4, -1.2. And look at that stamp. Isn't that about the prettiest stamp you've ever seen? Full color stock stamp. I threw it pretty well on shots where I threw it flat, let it ride a little bit, and then fade. It was kind of funny though, because it doesn't have that real glide phase in the middle of the turn like a lot of similar fairway drivers, like a Star T-Bird or a Tournament Plastic Stag would have, where it's gonna really hold that turn line for a little while and then start sweeping back. It may just be because this is fresh out of the box and hasn't, well, as you saw, it hit some trees today, but it's not hardly beaten at all. You can't even see any signs of wear on the rim except for a little bit of dirt. But it may just be because it's really fresh, but the fore glide is pretty accurate. It doesn't have crazy glide yet. Maybe that'll come as it beats in, or if they do a base plastic version, that could definitely be the case. As domey as it is, I thought it might have a little bit more glide, but I really enjoyed the fact that I could throw it pretty hard and flat. It was gonna turn, it was gonna fade, it was gonna go somewhere between 340 and 360 for me almost every time. One thing I really liked it for is when you forced it on a turnover, it holds that line for a really long time and then just flattens out. On number 15, I believe it was, I threw a great turnover and parked the basket. It sat down there right about 300 feet and was really predictable on how it landed. that was fantastic. I also enjoyed it for like 50% forehands. I don't think that with as much turn as it has, it could take a whole lot more power than that, but in that 250 to 320 range, where I'm just kind of putting it on a flat line and popping it out there, it did pretty well, and I was impressed by that. On hole 14, I gave it a shot, and I think it would have been just fantastic if it hadn't clipped that tree and gone over the creek. So that was still about 315 feet, even though it plugged a tree. It probably would have been more like 375 if it hadn't got that nice riding fade. So I actually don't know where you can buy one of these right now. Infinite Disc had them, but I bought the last one, and even on the Disc Golf UK and Launch Disc Golf websites where they're showing, they're out of stock right now. So somebody's buying these other than me, and it's definitely, you can see why. So if you're looking for an interesting fairway driver from not one of the most well-known brands, or if you're in the UK where you have potentially easier access to it, this is a great disc. Really nice, reliable go-to fairway driver. And to all of my Gravity Falls fans out there, you want to make a deal?